Hey guys, Rooster here today, and today we're going to be doing a video on just a bunch of bulky stuff. So we're going to do those furnaces first, and then we're going to work on the ACs. Well, there's a bunch of scroll cages that I had to unbury, so we'll do those too. So we'll just hang tight, and we'll be right with you. There you go, now you all have a good view. So, first things first, grab our furnace. We'll strip all the scroll cages out after, because there was a couple, excuse me, just loose ones. I need to grab another miscellaneous bucket because I don't know where I put mine. There it is. Alrighty. This is an empty bucket. I put it over here so that way we can fill it later with copper for motors. Alright. Alright, so Mike died. I guess it's because of the cold or something. That's okay though. Just means I'll have to speak up. So I'll plug these in so that we can charge for later. Alrighty, so first off what we're going to do is we're going to do this furnace. So let me tilt the camera down so you guys can see. There you go. Now we do the furnace. So we're going to need our wire snips first. The wire. I was going to do one furnace video, one AC video, but Dad said just do one big bulky video, so that's what we're doing. So there are a couple different kinds of furnaces, as you probably already know, but let me explain it. There are electronic furnaces, and there are just strictly gas furnaces. Yes, the electronic furnaces still have the fire in them, but the fire is started electronically, not by gas. Yes, it still has gas through it, but that's not how it started. See, an electronic furnace, which is this, you have all these wires that connect to it that tell the furnace what to do and when to start the fire and how hot it needs to be, and you know, the basics. If I can get this wire out, great. It doesn't want to come out because, well, it's jammed in between it. Between the jet. So there we go. Now, the valve is what puts the gas into here. And this is where the fire actually starts, not anywhere else in here. Because the ignition switch is down here underneath the valve. The valve is just the computer, and the one on the fan is the computer as well. Let me grab it. I'll show you. So the motor powers the fan. It's in it. But the board that is on top, that is the brain of the whole thing. It lets the valve know that it needs to heat up enough and it needs to preheat before it starts releasing the gas into the furnace. There are 2 fans in a furnace. There's this big one, and then there's a small one right underneath this motor here. This small bit. So this fan is so the fan is inside, and what it does is it shoots the air out here, which shoots it through the bottom of the furnace, which eventually comes up to here, to the valve, which sparks the heat, and therefore makes the hot air, because the heat is just the fire. The air that's going through the fan motor is the actual air. So when you put them together, it makes hot air, and that's what makes your house warm. That's what makes your house warm, by releasing hot air all through your house. See, this fan doesn't do that. This fan there is to make sure that the furnace doesn't overheat and all the wires melt. It's what makes sure that it doesn't get too hot. We don't want that. That wouldn't be good. If you didn't have that, you'd have to get a HVAC person to come to your house every time you turn on your furnace. If you have melted wires and melted plastic motors, it would just be one big heaping mess. So each way, everything in the furnace has a part to play. The valve. There are wire snips again because on top of the motor, this is to make sure the motor doesn't come loose. It's got a little steel frisbee kind of thing on the top. That's what holds the plastic that's on top of the motor and how it doesn't come off. Hammer. You don't want to hit this pole, even if it's there. You don't want to hit it, because if you hit that, it's just going to mushroom. So what you want to do, actually, you want to hit the side of the actual motor. And then the top will pop off. And then you can hit it, because then you get your motor free. Now if that top doesn't come off, you're just going to have to whack it until the plastic breaks around it. Or you could whack the plastic in the first place and then the motor and the plastic come out, but I just find it easier to do that way because then you don't have to deal with the plastic afterwards. It is quite chilly today. Christmas is in 3 weeks. So what do you, so let me know in the comments down below, guys. What do you guys want for Christmas? What's one thing you would ask Santa for Christmas? It was interesting seeing what other people want. So that's the electronic furnace done. Now, move that over to the side. Now we have our gas furnace. So see how this has less components in it? It's because there's no electronic thing telling it what to do or how hot it needs to be. This is all made of steel. There's no plastic in it. All the wires are double insulated so that way they don't burn and they're coated. And see how this one has a bigger valve? Here, let me grab it. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys the difference. See, this is the electric one compared to the gas one. The gas one is quite bigger because there's no electronic heat from it. It's just all natural gas heat. And it's very easy to take apart. First off, what we're going to do is get our wire snips. Just cut all the wires off. Now these ones are a little more difficult to do sometimes, because sometimes they don't like to play nice. Other times they do. Just sometimes they like to really be a pain in the butt. The good thing about these is that it's all thicker wire. I want to say square. Let's get our square bit. Our extension, so we're going to need that. that's our valve loose. I recommend turning down the volume if you are wearing earplugs. There's going to be some banging because we need to bang this wall out so that way we get this valve open. Just like that, our valve is now ready. Push them up before they fall. One second, I need to change my hat. Sweat too much. There we go. What we're going to do first, we're going to cut this wire pulling the motor. I guess it's not the first thing since we've already been doing this. And we're going to take our... Actually, I found a different way to do these. If you take a flathead, doesn't have to be a flathead, just anything, right? You put it right underneath the belt. You can actually turn the belt. As you have the screwdriver under, it'll go over and it'll actually pull the belt off itself instead of trying to sit there and struggle and try and cut it. Or grab a smaller flathead. There it is. There's just 2 flathead screws on each side. You just twist them off. Loosening it just enough, you can take them right off. That's it, just those 2 things holding it in. Then the motor comes right out when I cut all the wires that are attached to it. There we go. So there's that. Take your wire snips and cut all these wires. They just got pull tabs on them, so you just pry them off. That way you get brass too. Just like that. Now these ones are a little more tricky. do, take your finger, pull this up first. That's out of the way. Just put your finger, there's a little ring inside. You just twist this until the ring comes loose, and then you just twist the ring. Just like that, and this comes right out. This is zinc. Take this off, put all the wires, then twist this as well. Just like that. Now, sometimes these have a transformer in them, not always, but sometimes they do. So we just cut it and make sure. Take it off. You can feel, well, you can't feel, but I can feel that there's some weight to it. So that means there should be something in there. Maybe we'll break this open so you guys can see it. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Take it, put it right here, just like that. And then take a claw, we're just bang right here in the center. They don't always have copper inside, but sometimes they do. See how there's a transformer inside? That's what we want. So what we do is we just keep on banging it until it comes out. Now it won't like to come off nicely because it was glued on. Once you get majority of it off, there's wires holding it in. As soon as you cut those wires, sorry, our shop's right by the airport, so you can hear the planes lifting off. Alright. So we got our transformer. Alright. Oh, there's another transformer on the inside. So what we're going to do, actually, we're going to take this off, so we need a square bit. It'll fit it. Go to our bits in here. Try the sizes. It's so big. That's the right size right there. All right. So now that we got the size, what we're going to do is we're going to actually grab an extension, so that way we don't lose the bit in the drill. Just like that. And we just take out 3 screws. I've got this side so you guys can see. Huh, that's why. Okay. So I guess we gotta take this side off first. Which is okay. Things don't always work out as planned, but you make it work as you go. A lot of wire inside. So we just get our wire snips. We just on all the sides. We got the wire. Now take our bit. Now we can take these screws out. It had a bolt on the back of it, so it wouldn't come out. Now that we took that bolt out, should come out just like that. Persuasion helps once in a while. Alright, now that we got that out, maybe if it were like to cooperate, sometimes these screws can be stubborn. There we go. There's two here as well. Pulling on the thing on the other side, hoping it'll let go, or we can just do that. Just break it off. Why not? All right. So this thing in here has a board in here. Take that out later. Right now we're just trying to focus on this. So on the other side. So if we just twist it, it should come off. Just like that. Now we got our transformer in here too. That wants to be stubborn. Alright, there we go. Alright, now we got a transformer. We'll call him Optimus Prime. If you don't get the reference, then you don't get it. If you do, you do. Alright, now for the board. Alright. That back please. Alright. So we need our flathead, because if you look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 flathead screws. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually take those out. If I had a smaller screwdriver, it would be great. Alright, let's try this. Maybe this will work better. A lot better. Alright. It's just a work knife. It would, so with a screwdriver, it would skip it every 3 times I try to do it. And then it wouldn't let me screw it till 3 times after that. This, the dull, like the butt of the blade, this sharp part, this is the butt, that's what I'm calling it, fits right in the screw hole. I can just twist it just like that. Alrighty. Now that we took those screws out, it should, doesn't mean it will, go back to our screwdriver. We'll just, it's not coming out because these tabs are on it. These little plastic tabs in with it. Something smells like lithium. Alright. Now we're getting somewhere. Smells like a phone battery. By prying this out, if it would want to come out, that'd be great. Don't go back in. It's loose, it just doesn't want to come out from that side. I don't know why. There we go. That's plastic garbage. There's our board and there's a motor on it, so that's also good. And there's that. Alrighty, that's it for furnaces. Alrighty, now let's do all these scroll cages. This one here first. Here, see? I can show you because this one has it. So grab our screwdriver, put it through here. Then just turn the wheel around. I need a bigger one. Oh, it's too small. Alright. Grab our screwdriver, just like so, and just twist all the way around. And then it just pops right off, just like that. That's it. And then screwdriver, there's just 2 screws in here. They're rusted, so they don't want to come off easily. Or in one piece. side. This side looks a lot cleaner. I don't know why. Some really tighten this thing on here. The screw's almost stripping on me. I need to be careful because I don't want it to strip on me. Hold the bolt while you push and twist, or else it won't undo properly. That's why I was having so much issues before. There we go. Now we got our motor, so that's good. Go over to the side. Yeah. So that's that one done. Back the truck for now. Alright, let's move on to the next scroll cage. There's just scroll cages everywhere. Just these ones. They weren't even out of the furnaces. Well, they were, but not the furnaces that we had. Because all the ones we had scroll cages in them. We actually found an easier way than this. We use this tool. There's a bigger side and a smaller side on the side. You just put the smaller side around it, and it fits perfectly. And it ratchets. Yeah, that. Apparently I can't English today. Which is okay. Who needs English anyways, right? Grabbing our mics that way. Put that on there. It's at 83, I think, so it should be okay for now anyways. Alright, it's at 73, so that's good enough for now. Alright, so I flip to this side, there's just one cord. So we're just gonna cut the cord. And two here. I almost didn't see those. Alrighty. Now, these three are biggest, nope, second from the biggest. One down from the biggest bit we have. There's that. Sometimes they don't like to come out. They have to be stubborn. So we do what we call the Mason method. That's what Dad calls it. I just grab the scroll cage and I snap it down. Just like that, until the motor falls out. Alrighty, that's two down. Now let's grab, I think there's only the 2 left here. I think that's about right, yeah. We got a big TV here. This was Dad's TV. It got broken in the move. The screen broke, unfortunately. I was trying to be very careful with it, but we must have hit a bump or something and it just gave out. All right, so we got 1. And 2. Look at that. We got 1 more of each. So this one, here, I'll show you our method now. So we grab our ratchet tool. You can't really hear it, but see, you put the big end down here, make sure the bigger side is facing outwards, and you grab it and you pull, and you just do that repeatedly. That way you don't have to take it off, put it back on, take it off, put it back on, right? Then it just gets loose enough where you can just twist it off with your hands. I personally think that way is easier, but to each their own, right? Wire snips again. 1, 2, 3. And a zip tie. Now for this, we need our US bit. Specifically the biggest one. Just 3 screws on them. That's it. Now we rarely ever use the US bits. Look at that. That one came out slick like a glove. I was gonna do an impression on it. I can't. We're on YouTube. I don't want to get penalized. Alright. So again, just take your big flathead, tuck it under here, make sure it's over the motor too. And you just turn just like so. Just like that. It comes right off. Easy as pie. See, these are zinc here, these wheels. Dad doesn't like taking them off because he thinks it's just a waste of time, but money's money, right? You get more. Zinc is more than tin. Might not be a lot, but every little cent counts, right? These ends here are zinc too. This is cast, but this here is zinc. We usually just cut it off. And then this goes as dirty die cast like that. Or Dad just throws in steel, the tin, or whatever. Sometimes they don't like to come off because they've been on there for a while. Like this one here. Doesn't want to come off. Oh, because it's stuck on this side. Okay, never mind. Forget what I said. Get her flathead. And just Turn. Alrighty. Now that's loose. Move that forward. Pull the pin. That side's done. Now on to the other side. I don't know why, but the other side always looked cleaner, and I don't know why. Probably because this side's on the inside of the furnace, not the outside. Dad just had surgery. He will be stopping by around 3-ish today, just to check in. Oh, as he calls it. Got our motor. When he should be in bed, resting and healing up, but I'm not his doctor. Alright. So now that's all the squirrel cage. Now we can get started on these ACs. So, first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video just for a second. Just counting them quick. So we have 9 ACs. Probably more coils than that, but we're just going to worry about the ACs right now. So first of all, we need to take off those top bolts. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, 3 bolts off and good to go. Now we need the small bit because it's all small screws. Get our extension. Small bit on. Alrighty. Now that I have the mic and this hat, I can just put that right on my hat. I don't know why, but something's bugging my eye. We want to try and keep all the screws off the floor. Because in the summer, we're going to have to drive the cars out. We don't want to run over a screw. And then have to get new tires. First thing in the summer, that would suck. Where's that? I think the battery on this drill's dying. Might need to get a new battery soon. Speaking of batteries, should probably go check on them. Don't know how the cord got all tangled underneath everything, but it needs to not. Ugh. All right. That way that we got those out of the way. Everything's in the way. There we go. Now that the cat's out of the bag, take that. We need that, so stay there. I don't know why I told it to stay there. It's not like it's gonna listen, but it's a thought that counts, right? We need our grinder, which we need to change the blade on from yesterday because I did motors. So let's go ahead and do that. Alrighty, now that we got that figured out, alrighty. First, we're gonna need our wire snips. See, I like these ACs where they open right up. So I can just do this. Cut it right there. Then I cut the wires off. Move that over. you guys can see what I'm doing. Just want to pull these tabs off here. Cut the wire. That's connected. Small screws. All right. Switches. That over there. So we're gonna start taking all this tin off. There's that piece. There's that. Alright, now that we have this free, we can get our motor out first of all. Now we only need to cut this one and this one here. That's it. The rest should be fine. Yeah. Watch your ears. Turn down the volume if you need. Now that's free. Be free. Alrighty. There's that. We're gonna put all the coils to this, or rads to the side. We'll do them after. I just wanted to get the bulk of it done and over with. That way it's done and over with. And we won't have to deal with it later. Alrighty. We're gonna take this Velcro off. It's like a winter jacket for the compressor so the compressor doesn't freeze. It's frozen to the compressor apparently. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? I don't know what's holding that in. Oh. Maybe it is frozen to the actual compressor. That's fine. The compressor will just have to go just like that then, I guess. Or later on, we'll just burn it off. One or the other. We'll figure it out. That almost wasn't good. I almost set the grinder right on the cord. That wouldn't be good at all. Alright, so that's going to be my copper bucket for right now. Just for now. There's that. Now we're gonna need our small bit again. Actually, we're gonna need our medium bit. Yeah. Use our small bit first. Get these. 2 screws out. All right. Now, if you look, there's 4 screws right there. We need to take those out in order to free that brass. I'm gonna need a new battery. Boom. It's quite cold today. That's the same one I just grabbed. Thought it would have at least been a little bit charged, but apparently not. The cold has drained all these batteries. So we did charge them before we left. The cold just wants to drain them. How dare the cold do such a thing? We're gonna fix this flathead because it's all bent. That should do it. All straightened out. Man, that really doesn't want to come out. We're gonna put that in the brass just like that. That's when I was dealing with it. Dad. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say anything. Alrighty. So, take them out. Oh, look at that. Little chunk of brass. Just sit in the bottom of the AC. Dad and I have found jewelry before. In ACs and money and a bunch of stuff. Alrighty. Alrighty, now that that's like that, go make sure there's no compressors on these cages. Ready? Now eventually, I gotta take these out. Eventually. Whenever I decide to do that, because I also gotta empty these buckets, so we're gonna get a new bucket just to hold that oil. We're gonna empty our brass bucket here. We gotta bucket of copper at the back here. We'll just use that. Then we'll use this bucket for the oil. Oh, I got the hiccups really bad today. I don't know why. It ain't very helpful, I'll tell you that for sure. Oh, excuse me. Okay. There we go. Now that that's done. Oh, I ain't runny nose today. Probably because I'm cold. Alright. Put that right on that bucket. Let it drain. Alright. I'm gonna grab another AC. Why don't we grab one of these half-done ACs? Get them done. The thing is, I don't want to lift it all the way up there, though. Oh, alrighty. Here goes nothing. They're heavy little buggers. Alright, now that's up here. I can actually lift it properly. And put it right there. Put her there. Alright. Now these are half ones that we were doing. And then it got cold, so we left and then we just kind of forgot about them. I think the screws are all already out of these. Yep. What we're going to do is there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pulls. We're just going to cut them. Just cut them, get rid of them, right? There we go. That out of the way. Now, these bang off, I believe. You got some screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Small bit screws, so let's grab a small bit. Before anything, I'm gonna put a coat on. It is cold. It's quite chilly. Oh. Alright. Now we got that figured out. Small bit. I got some dust in my eye. Oh, it's loose now. See? That's what's holding them up. They already took the screws out of the other stuff, I do believe. Yeah. And we just sit there and push it up properly so it's properly up there before we do anything. I don't know why this is stuck, but it is. I think it's screwed to the actual bottom of the actual thing, like steel. We're gonna have to unscrew it after. Get it out of here. Take those out first. Peel that down. Alright. Here, wire snips. Just cut that. Now that's free. Just want to twist this off. There we go. Now that we got that free, can go in the miscellaneous to deal with later. I don't want to fight with it. That. 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 And that out. Now we're going to need a small bit just to get the switch out. I know you guys can't see me, but I'm just unscrewing the switch quick. Yeah, switch quick. Alrighty. one more screw. Just need to move these wires so they're out of the way. There we go. Alrighty. Got the wires. So they're loose. And then bend that steel up. I'll go back over here so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. I'm just cutting these wires where it's holding it. Just right. Alright. Now that's all good. It's in. Now let's see what we have to work with. Take this. Take our motor. I have to go over here. Alrighty, now that's out of the way. Now, there's one. I think it's only the one holding it in right now, so just grab one of our bits. I think it's this one. Why is the screw so long? Jeez. Battery's dead from being in the cold. These batteries need to stop dying on me. That one's almost completely dead. There we go. Alrighty, I'm gonna do this the other way then. If I could reach the damn thing. There we go. Why don't they want to come off? Oh, darn. Jesus. You'd think maybe, just maybe, they would actually like to cooperate. See, the drill won't get it because it's right underneath the brass, so the bit won't reach it. That's why we gotta either hand twist it off or sit there with a sawzall. And the sawzall doesn't like to cut through steel very well. So we try our best to get it out by hand the best we can. If all this fuzz wasn't in the way, it'd be a lot easier. I can't tell you how many times Dad and I have got fed up with these and just cut them off with the grinder because we didn't want to use a sawzall. Or just burned all the fuzz things with a torch. Actually, I think we've only done the torch thing once. Alright, that's one. 2 more to go for the big one. Now, eventually, we're going to have to use sawzall on them anyways. Because this steel plate that's stuck in the middle. Alright, that's 2. Now for the bottom, which is usually the most pain in the butt. Oh. Oh my god. It is twisting just very slowly. Has rusted. Keeps on breaking. I mean, if it breaks enough times, it has to come out, right? Almost there. Alrighty, here's that. Now those are free. Alrighty. Let's grab our hammer. Number one. Well, it's not number one copper, but it's the first pipe out. I don't know why it doesn't want to come out. There we go. Ta-da! Well, that's that. So this is going to be a longer video than we anticipated. Never thought I'd be using a word like that, big word like that for a guy like me. I don't know why it won't just come on. There we go. All right. So. Is that aluminum? I don't think so. No, it's just steel. That's just steel. Never mind. Take our wrench. Trusty old wrench. To the bolt. And just twist. Alright, never mind. Alrighty. Alright. Alrighty. So we'll take that last one off. Alright, let's switch it. Put that one on. Alrighty. Now, for the next one. And we will be right back. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Ring that bell so you're notified for the next one. Till next time, keep scrapping. Have a good one. Don't forget, wash your damn hands. Have a good one, everyone.